case.
Shut up, Ma. I'm with my friends.
Hi, Mrs.
Krabappelwitz.
What are you doing down there that's so important?
Well, you see, to put it simply, Ma, it's time for Talkin' Nerdy, the nerdy talk show where I ask my guests to talk nerdy to me. Oh my indeed. You are listening to Talkin' Nerdy, the nerdy talk show where I ask my lovely, lovely guests to talk nerdy to me. But, in a clean, family-friendly way. I am joined by DJ Orange. Sup? And DJ Scuddy.
Hello.
And we're gonna nerd out. And for those of you tuning in, you are now loading. See what I did there?
Yeah.
See what I did there? I took the name of the YouTube stream and I said it in the episode. That way it works.
It's a good joke. It's the best joke. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Praise RN Jesus for that. Anyway, what should we talk about tonight? Oh, Orange, you had something you wanted to talk about.
What?
Didn't you? Something about Nintendo directly streaming.
Well, yeah, there was the Nintendo Direct last night.
And boy, was it amazing.
I didn't see it. Tell me the highlights.
It was epic.
You have to preface it with more than it was epic. We got to actually talk about it.
It started out with all the titles that are slowly coming out for the 3DS, and then it went into the Switch.
Yes. So, highlights of the 3DS, go.
See here, we have, Samus is coming out.
Yep. Tomorrow, the 15th of September, Metroid Samus Returns is coming out. And guess who has the special edition ready for them?
Is it Samus?
Well, no, it's me. I have the special edition. But yes, I guess technically Samus has one.
Yeah, but they first opened up with Pokemon Ultra and Pokemon...
Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon. But what they then went into right after that was Gold and Silver. Pokemon Gold and Pokemon Silver are coming to the Virtual Console on the 3DS.
September 22nd.
Yes.
Like the original Gold and Silver?
Like the original Gold and Silver.
Oh my god. Epic nostalgia trip happening right now.
Well, I mean, Red, Yellow, and Blue are already on there. I mean, I'm just hoping Crystal comes along because Crystal was awesome.
I know. I remember treating that cartridge like it was a holy artifact when I first got it.
It is a holy artifact at this point.
And if you pre-order it and download it now, you get a Celebi.
Well, you get a Celebi anyway. You have to claim it within 1 year of when it comes out.
That's an awfully generous amount of time.
Well, it's for Ultra Sun and Moon as well, so it basically gives people time to buy the game, and because they know the holiday season.
And if you pre-order the Ultra Moon and Sun, you get 12 Quick Balls.
Really? Well, I got the Steelbook special edition version of that, so I guess I'm getting 12 Quick Balls too.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Oh, so wonderful.
Oh, and Minecraft is now for the 3DS.
Oh, yeah, that's also something that happened.
Yeah, it seems like Minecraft is becoming the new Doom in that it can be played on anything.
That's awesome.
I never said it was bad. I just think it's a great meme.
I can't say I disagree.
And then Warriors is also coming out for the 3DS, and a few other games that are Atlas and RPG and JRPGs are coming. It's interesting. But then you got the Switch, which dropped everybody into shock.
It dropped all of the bombs in all of the right places. It was incredible.
Yeah, I still need one. I'm just waiting for the price drop.
You're going to be waiting.
The first game that was the first spotlight on the Switch sort of Direct was Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Which Xenoblade Chronicles was a fantastic game that sold out instantly on the Wii and is worth, the game itself on the Wii is worth like $60-something still. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, games don't hold a value like that unless they're amazing.
Unless they're Pokemon, Xenoblade, there's a few others, but
usually Nintendo titles.
Almost entirely Nintendo titles.
Except they took everything from the Xenoblade Chronicles X and also from the original Xenoblade Chronicles and mashed it together and created a better game.
Yeah, because Xenoblade Chronicles X was just a disappointment. It was not good. I mean, it was okay. It was fun to play, but they never really explained how the combat system worked. They didn't explain what the skills really worked and how they worked together.
Yeah,
so it got really kind of difficult. Also, the difficulty level on it was way too high.
Really?
There was level 90-something creatures in the level 1 zone.
What? Why would you do that?
Because it's challenging. I will give it that.
Are we talking this? It's starting to sound like it's it's one of those unfinished games.
No. It was
Like that's the only I've only seen mistakes like that happen in games that aren't finished.
It was intentional.
Ah,
It was like
To level up, you got to.
you have to go around and defeat the monsters and run away from the monsters that you can't beat. It's part of the whole experience. It just it didn't work so good.
yeah. You kind
But-
of have to explain that right off the bat, I think.
Right. It also kind of got a little grindy. Well, not just a lot grindy.
A lot grindy.
What else is new in your RPGs?
The good RPGs aren't grindy.
The grinding doesn't feel like grinding.
This
Yes.
one is more balanced, and now it's interesting.
Well, it's looking more balanced anyway. We have no idea because we haven't played it yet.
but they gave a better promotional thing than they did for the X.
Yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles X came with a for the special edition, came with a janky hard drive, flash drive that had the music on it that no modern sort of audio players could play. And if you tried to take it off, it would get corrupted. And the hard drive itself, the flash drive was like less than a gig.
Who planned that?
Don't know, but now they're giving a CD.
Somebody had to have planned that.
I don't know.
Mind you, it was also on the Wii U, so the failed system.
No, the Wii U was a great system, and I will defend it. But, it was... The game was...
Marketing-wise.
Yeah, the game was bigger than the Wii U could hold. Seriously, it was a fantastically huge world. But you needed to, download 15 gigs of extra stuff just to make it load fast. Yeah, they
I already have issues with when a game
This now is on a
requires
cartridge.
outside mods.
it was not good.
Now it's on a cartridge.
Yep, because the Switch can handle way more. So it'll be a very, very good thing.
Yeah. The last game I needed that required outside mods to function properly was Gary's mod.
Oh, it wasn't a mod. It was actually an official loading package. It's just extra data that would make the game run faster.
Well, so technically a mod.
I guess it'd be more like free DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's free DLC. Sort of like the Skyrim HD packages that Bethesda released.
But there's different races, and they all live on backs of titans.
Yep. Sounds about right.
That's a cool idea.
I know, right?
It's kind of like Legend of Korra with the civilizations on the backs of turtles and all that.
Yeah, kind of. But, yeah, it's similar to that. But the Titans are like machines, so it's cool.
No, they're actually biomes.
And giant turtles aren't cool.
No, I mean, giant
There
turtles
is
are
a
cool.
race that actually uses the giant turtles as tanks
Yeah.
in this game.
That's pretty
It's got
amazing.
giant turtles. It's not that giant turtles aren't great. It's just, it's got them.
Nice.
But yeah, no.
The lore is going to be interesting. It has a
Yep.
distinct story, and it had a separate trailer that explained all the game mechanics.
Yeah, so that you know what you're getting into before you get into it.
That's nice.
I know.
I like being able to know what kind of gameplay I'm in for. I don't want to be surprised by that.
Exactly.
And then the second thing was some updated to, and then the next spotlight was, I would like to say, Warriors.
Yes, Fire Emblem Warriors, which is coming out on the 20th of October, which I also have the pre-ordered special edition. Guys, you see where all my money goes?
It goes right to Nintendo.
Pretty much.
But before that, they released the release date for Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
It's going to be sometime this year, late this year, December.
December 1st.
Yes, so it'll be late this year, right in time for the holidays.
Nice.
Anyway, back to Fire Emblem Warriors. They introduced Lyn as a playable character, which Lyn is from the Burning Blade, which is what we just know in the U.S. as Fire Emblem, which was the first Fire Emblem game ever released in this country. And she's much beloved. I'd say she's on the list of Fire Emblem waifus.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. So it's no surprise she made it in. But she's also really, really cool.
She's a swords master.
Yes, she's a sword master from the plains of Sakai. Yup. She's pretty cool. And the game itself looks fantastic. I thought it was just going to be a straight Warriors game, but no, they've added some Fire Emblem-esque tactics to it. Supports like you get in a Fire Emblem. They've really done a great job.
They just took it and basically combined it with Warriors.
Yeah, they made it a really, really good game. So I'm very excited to play that. I'm also very excited for Samus Returns, which comes tomorrow, which is the 15th, which I already mentioned.
Let's see.
Guess who we're not going to be seeing a lot of for the next, I don't know, week or so.
Oh, no, you'll see me. I'm way too busy for that.
Some updated things for Splatoon 2.
Yeah, they're reintroducing the Kelp Dome, which was my favorite map in Splatoon 1. I'm just happy it's coming back.
And a new map that has a river going through it.
Which, by the way, Squid Kids can't go in water.
Why?
Because that gives the game a convenient terrain feature that you can't cross.
That's like the most unintuitive thing ever, though.
Well, in Mario Kart, they get blinded by squid ink and can go in the water just fine.
That's even...
Yes. Yes.
Why game logic? Why?
Because they want it to be more about splatting other people and covering terrain than going swimming, I guess.
And then there was the surprise that Doom and Wolfenstein is coming to the Switch.
As is LA Noire. So a lot of titles that were previously Xbox and PlayStation exclusive are now making their way over to the Switch. So it was very, very big news.
That and also Skyrim.
Yeah, well, Skyrim we've known about since the original
Yes, but you can
release.
actually use the Link Amiibo, but they also said you can also find those things in the game.
That's incredible. So not only, you don't have to have the Amiibo to find the Hylian Shield, the Master Sword, and Link's Tunic. That is crazy good. I am very excited for this. Also,
don't
Skyrim.
tell me where.
I've said this a bunch of times, but I have over 300 hours in Skyrim, and I'm going to play it again.
Nice.
Because Skyrim, Switch, I mean, you just can't say no.
It's portable.
Well, no. I mean, why would you?
It's a great game. Why would I ever say no?
And then a few other things. Let's see here.
Oh.
Well, they ended the entire direct with Mario Odyssey.
Yeah. Well, they also announced a few other things before we get into Super Mario Odyssey. And the, how should we say, memification?
It's too easy.
It's way too easy.
Oh, but before that, the other spotlight was Octopath Traveler.
Yes, I want to talk about that too. But first, a few other things. The original arcade games from Super Mario, they're coming to the Switch.
The actual arcade.
Like the original arcade.
Super Mario Brothers, original Punch-Out.
Yeah, it's
original
going to be...
Ice Climbers, original Pinball.
It's going to be super, super cool. I'm like so excited for this.
It looks like there's also going to be a number of indie games that are trying to get themselves ported to the Switch.
Yeah. The Switch has been very indie friendly, but Nintendo as a company has always been indie friendly. I believe they're affectionately called as Nindies.
Yeah, that's
Nindies.
That's what the article says right here. It's failing to provide an exact list, though.
It's it's a licensing.
There's
thing.
also a first-person Nindy, which is called Morphy's Law.
Oh yeah, Morphees, not Murphy's. Morphees.
That sounds amazing.
I don't know anything about the game.
Basically, you have to make your giant...
Oh, I found it.
Oh,
I have it. I've found it. I found a cohesive list, and I have it right here in front of me.
awesome! Why don't you share that with the folks?
Okay, it's fairly long.
So
but
send me the link and I'll post it for the folks on the stream and also on.
But Morphy's Law is you could change by shooting different
On the
body
Facebook
parts
That's cool.
and morph things.
Hey, guess what time it is?
what?
Shameless social media plug time.
Oh snap!
Oh, snap indeed. If you go onto Facebook and search for DJ Frost at WLMC and hit that like button, I will love you forever. Like, I will swear my undying love for you, except not really because I love my wife. But I will still love you, just not as much as my wife.
And I just sent you that list.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be up on the DJ Frost Facebook page. So you definitely want to see that. I mean, come on. You want to see this huge list of Nindies coming, or independent games.
A couple of highlights from it include Super Meat Boy Forever.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing that one.
And Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes.
Oh, and the cooking game about going in and cooking things.
Yep.
Ooh, there's also a Shovel Knight game. That's nice.
Shovel Knight has been out on the Switch for a while. I don't know if they're coming out with an additional Shovel Knight.
It's all the other ones.
Yeah, it's called Shovel Knight King of Cards.
Ooh.
So it looks like a new thing.
That's awesome. What else? Octopath Traveler. Let's do it. So it basically is an RPG but it's an 8-bit style in a 3D world, which looks insanely amazing.
I think
It's
what they
pretty
called
beautiful.
It's a beautiful game by
They called
Square
it
Enix.
HD 2D.
Yeah, HD 2D.
Was it 2D or 2.5D?
I think it's 2.5D technically,
Yeah, 'cause 2.5D has always been a weird dimension that games have explored.
but it's so cool.
I know.
And here's the kicker. There are 8 different characters and 8 different paths to this RPG, and they're all different.
So-
and they all have different abilities, as you would expect.
So I'm hearing
You're encouraged to role play.
Yes.
So I'm hearing 8 times the replay value.
Pretty much. And not to mention, there is a unique combat style, which they're playing around with.
When I looked at the trailer, it looked an awful lot like straight up Final Fantasy battles to me.
No, it's closer to Bravely Default. It's made by the same people at Square who made Bravely Default.
So the same team at Square.
Yeah, the same team.
Except they called it a little bit differently. It's using battle points.
Yeah, there's some. I haven't gotten a full handle on it because it's still in its beta, you might call it, because they put out a demo. So the demo is available on the Switch, and they want feedback. They want people to play the demo and give them feedback on what the game should have. It's really cool, this idea that they are simultaneously developing the game with the fans.
That's pretty neat.
I think it's amazing, and the game
It's
itself,
Square Enix.
It's Square for you. Square has been phenomenal of late, just with the fan, listening to the fans and getting the content that the fans want.
Yeah, if only Konami could do something similar.
Oh,
Believe me, Square Enix is doing a lot because they released like 3 different trailers for 3 different games for the Switch.
yeah.
You got Dragon Quest Builders coming to the Switch.
Yeah, there was a huge list. I really highly recommend you check out the Nintendo Direct that streamed last night, the 13th of September. We got to record this for posterity. I mean,
Nice.
just because it's live now doesn't mean it's going to be live forever.
If we were live forever, we'd starve.
We would. We'd have to get delivery. And you know what?
I'm already hungry. You're not helping.
I apologize.
I think the last one was Lost Sphere.
Yes.
It looks like the Octopath game. It's just the working title, Octopath
Yes.
Traveler.
It's Project Octopath
Octopath
Traveler.
Traveler.
Yeah.
Because 8 paths, travelers. It makes sense. I don't know what the full game's. It's probably going to be a similar name.
But it's going to be simultaneously released.
Because Octopath Traveler is a bit of a mouthful.
At the same time, it's perfect for an RPG.
I mean, it definitely works, but at the same time,
Simultaneously releasing sometime in 2018.
Let's see here.
That means everywhere.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic show. Wow.
And also,
Game.
and also the new Doom is going to be on the Switch.
Yes, Bethesda has basically full on come to Nintendo, and that's amazing.
Yeah, Doom and Wolfenstein 2.
Wolfenstein 2, yep. It's going to be such a good time. I am so very much looking forward to this holiday season, although my wallet is not.
Yeah, especially with all the amiibos coming out.
Oh my god. Oh, I saw the new Legend of Zelda amiibos, and I had a nerdgasm. A little bit of a nerdgasm there. I went into full mode.
You're going to be broke.
Scuddy found something. What did you find, Scuddy?
I'm sorry, I just had to start looking up the Super Mario Odyssey memes. It already has a Know Your Meme page.
So, I bet you it's time we should explain what is the whole deal with Mario Odyssey.
It's the hat.
No, it's not the hat.
It's like
days.
it's like 50% the hat.
Okay, it's 50% the hat. The other 50% is Mario's nipples.
Yeah.
So Mario is wearing a swimsuit, and like most humans, he has nipples. But that freaks out the internet for some reason, and then they make memes and things about it.
Like the best tweet that I saw in regards to that was like a comparing shot of Mario and Link's chests.
Yes.
Just Mario has them, Link does not.
You also got to take into account the art style.
But yeah.
I mean, I'm saying Mario is more realistic, but Breath of the Wild had a little bit of a cell shaded effect going on. And
Gorgeous one.
oh god, the game is phenomenal.
Still want it.
You should come play it. You should just come play it sometime.
I'm just going to delete all your saves.
No, you do that, I might not ever forgive you. No. We don't mess with people's save files.
Yeah, that's holy ground.
That
I
is holy
apologize.
No, I know you meant it in
But
jest.
it's fun to
anyway.
play.
I know you meant it in jest. It is fine. Anyway, you should come over and play that. But anyway, the game looks phenomenal. Mario Odyssey, that is. And I don't understand why people are freaking out. Honestly, I saw it and was like, wow, Mario's at the beach. That's a cool throwback to that image they released a couple decades ago of him in the 90s of him sitting on a beach. He's got the same swimsuit.
I have to look for that now.
It's really cool that they went so far back to keep that lore up. But
That's because one of the new worlds is actually in the beach.
It's on a beach. I imagine it's kind of like Super Mario Sunshine, the beach.
Yeah, except in that game, he just had his sleeves rolled up.
Yeah, he did, which he really should have been wearing a swimsuit.
No, but at the same time, he's like showing off his biceps.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And with all the stuff that you can get from the Cappy thing, which is the crazy Cappy thing, you can all the games are in there.
Yeah, they did a really good job of inserting all of the, I hate to say lore, but kind of aspects. We'll go with aspects of previous Super Mario games.
Means you can play as Dr. Mario.
Yeah. It looks phenomenal.
That's not Mario.
How many times can I say phenomenal in this episode? Somebody keep a tracker, because I think I've said it at least 16 times already.
A little bit.
Yeah. Phenomenal, 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 phenomenal. I'm freaking somebody out right now.
Probably.
I don't care.
The word has stopped meaning anything to you, hasn't it?
Phenomenal.
Yeah, now it definitely means nothing to me.
Okay, fantastic. Let's go with fantastic. Similar sounding, different letter.
Okay.
And just like Legend of Zelda, because people have compared it to it, you can basically decorate your ship.
That's really cool. That's really, really cool. All right. Anyway, we have just gushed and gushed and gushed about the Switch for about 25 minutes.
While we were downloading everything.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you get to possess a dinosaur with your hat.
That's not the only thing.
Yeah, you can pretty much possess.
I know, but
in the new trailer,
the moment you possess a dinosaur, what else is there left to achieve?
In the new trailer, they showed a lot more things you can possess, like a manhole cover.
Well, yeah, I mean that's cute and all, but
dinosaur.
Yeah.
I have to agree with you, Scotty. Dinosaur.
The dinosaur wins always.
Well, you can also be a fireball.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Short-lived, but nice.
Yeah. But dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
Plus, they put on all the old-fashioned 2D stuff in it, too.
Oh, yeah. Really did. I'm very, very, very happy with Nintendo's progress. Because for a while, there was people who were worried that the Nintendo was losing their edge.
Yeah, I mean...
Boy, were they wrong.
Like, I'm looking at this tweet right now. Is like it's one of those hypothetical conversation tweets. It is you, an idiot. No one wins E3. We all lose due to lack of original ideas.
And then Nintendo.
And then me, an intellectual. Mario just possessed a dinosaur.
Winning.
I'd call that that's definitely a win.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And a lot of the other fans are like, why does Nintendo have all the games?
Yeah. I don't think that Sony or Xbox released anything that was going to come out this year.
No, they haven't.
Although the Xbox One X, I think I already talked about how much that it sounds so stupid.
Like the title of the One X?
Yeah, it's like you had the Xbox One, the Xbox One S, now you've got the Xbox One X. Where are they going to go now? Z?
Yeah, that is kind of dumb. Like people had some to slightly punify circular logic in terms of the Xbox One's title because 360 made a circle.
Yeah.
And then that circle translates is 0 and then the next one is 1. It's like one of those it makes
no sense.
It's one of those numerology conspiracy theories. Where you just like spout numbers like there's 3 sides to a triangle. Triangles exist on the dollar bill. That means the Illuminati runs the government.
Yeah, no, I've heard those. They're kind of stupid.
But they're so fun to listen to.
They kind of are.
But they went the same way as the PlayStation Pro.
Yeah, a little bit.
The thing that melts.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
Because that's
Just
what,
like how no one remembers the PS Vita.
no, all of E3, they tried to push the Pro as the new system.
Yes.
And like, no.
Yep. Apparently somebody in the YouTube stream totally agrees with us, Scuddy. Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs win.
Dinosaurs win.
Dinosaurs always win. Yay. You gotta like show me that later.
I will.
I have slight pride because someone paid attention.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. You know, I'm surprised the Xbox didn't go the way of the Japanese. Like, you know, in Monster Hunter, you go like, you know, C rank, D, C, B, A,
S.
S, and then G.
What?
Yeah. It goes S and then G.
Well, I'm familiar with S and then SS
And then triple S, but there's also G.
Yeah, but then that was like some Devil May Cry leveling grade
Right.
systems right there. But I don't know. G stands for godly, I guess.
You know what? I've since like
I don't know anymore.
Yeah, but no, I did not know that. I haven't played Monster Hunter.
it's how do I put this in family friendly terms? It's the hardest game that you'll hate and love at the same time.
I see.
So you know Dark Souls?
Yeah.
Just that.
Oh.
But
you'll
like
hunt
over and over
monsters.
and over and over and over.
Only it's killing dinosaurs.
Not just dinos, just all of the
Monsters.
monsters.
Ah.
And then there's that really kid-friendly one, Monster Hunter Ride or something.
Which it came out.
Yeah, it did. And there's an anime about it and stuff.
It's called Stories.
Yes. Yes.
Hey.
Anyway, we have waffled on about that. What do we waffle on about next? Because we're good at waffling.
Well, the one thing we didn't do on the first show that we didn't cover was all the anime that came out over the summer.
I thought we did. I thought we talked about it briefly. Did we not?
We talked about
We skipped
anime
over it.
in general, I guess, but I don't. I know Orange was showing me the trailer for that steampunk anime.
Oh, right. Princess Principal.
Yes.
Really cool. Not a summer anime, though, I don't think. It is summer season. I'm thinking, because the seasons of anime are really weird. Like, the fall season starts mid-October.
I don't know.
Early to mid-October. So it's kind of a little unaligned. So, like, the summer season starts late spring, and it gets weird. Yeah.
I've never tried to keep track of that sort of thing.
And the other one that actually I started watching, and then it became popular, was like Knights and Magic.
Oh, yeah. I still haven't watched that one. But yeah. Anyway, things that came out over the summer. One that I've been watching that has been out since the summer and actually it's been out since the spring was Sakura Quest. Now, it's about a young lady who basically doesn't have a job and is trying to get one, and she's like graduating college and gets offered a job from a modeling agency that she had worked for just for a little bit of pocket cash at one point to go do a thing up in a rural town.
See, up until that point, I totally related to everything that was being said.
Well, she goes up to this rural town, does her thing, and they say, oh, yeah, so this is where you'll live for the next year. She's like, what? I thought this was like a day thing. No, it's a year thing. You're part of the tourism board now.
What?
And it's basically her and her friends trying to revive a rural town.
Huh.
And it's really cool. Like, you think, oh, that doesn't sound...
So it's like Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, Harvest Moon type thing.
Kind of, but it really shows some of the issues Japan is having with their rural towns now.
Yeah.
So it's like a political commentary type thing.
No, it's just a slice of life with a bit
They're
of...
losing tourism to more of the populated cities.
Yeah, it's basically a feel-good anime.
Oh, okay.
It's, no political commentary. It's just, this is how things are. At least that's how I see it. I could be wrong, but that's my interpretation.
It's not like there's anything wrong with having that sort of thing in your anime. There's plenty of, what was that one that like had it all over the place? And it was disguised as like fun times.
I don't remember. There's probably been a lot.
I used to know the name of it. It was not Fooly Cooly.
Was it Full Metal Panic? No.
Maybe no. It.
Did it have somebody called Sagra in it?
Maybe, I don't know. I've never actually seen it. I just
That's
know
Full Metal Panic.
It might be. Well, maybe.
It was the girl goes off on like really long-winded rants that seemingly make no sense and are totally random in the moment when she's supposed to be fighting the final boss.
Huh. we'll get back to you on the name of this anime as soon as we figure it out. Until then.
Yeah, I gotta think about that for a minute.
Yeah, we'll just let our anime dictionary over there, that'd be orange, by the way, think and rack his brain while I talk about something else I've been watching. Actually, before I do that, there have definitely been political insertions into anime in the past.
Yeah, they have.
And other different subjects. One that I think of that's not really political, but definitely sort of knowledge that you wouldn't necessarily get is Spice and Wolf. Now, it's a fantastic light novel series. It's a great manga series. I mean, they changed the story a bit for the manga. And the anime covered the first, I want to say 7 or 8 books of the anime, or of the light novel. Wow. Really mixed up of the light novels. Yeah. Was it
Slip of the tongue.
Was it Bo?
No, that one was, as far as I remember, that one was just pure insanity.
No.
Yeah, that was. That was perfectly what
I remember reading the first chapters of it when it came out in Shonen Jump, and I was, I could think is,
There's a
what
genre
am I looking
that's
at?
called WTF.
There kind of is. Anyway, Spice and Wolf, back to that. It works the basics and some of the nuances of economics into this light novel series / anime / manga. We'll go with Japanese media nerdness. So you're reading it, and the story is compelling. It's about a wolf spirit named Holo who hitches a ride in a merchant's whose name is Kraft Lawrence. She hitches a ride in his wagon while he's leaving a town, and it thus begins their travels together. And he, being a merchant, does a lot of economic and mercantile things. And you learn, I wouldn't say like the basics, but you learn some of the nuances of economics, and while the story progresses, and how he gets himself into trouble a lot of the time, or he gets into trouble some of the time, and how he gets himself out using economics and just mercantile savvy. And it's really kind of cool. I absolutely love it. I love the storyline. Where I'm at in the light novels, they are fully published now. They're done. The story's over. It's getting towards the end, so I know the end is near and coming, and it's still going very, very strong.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that I always recommend, even for like people who might be averse to things like economics in their anime or learning in their anime. But I really do recommend that kind of thing.
There's a few others like that, like I want to say Mushishin also.
Mushishi is, it's kind of in the WTF category, actually. Just a little bit.
But still, it has like old world.
Yeah, it's a very somber anime. It's not like depressing or anything. It's just somber and really kind of chill, I almost want to say.
It has good music.
It has very good music.
It's a good anime to go to sleep to.
Pretty much. It is like the ultimate sleepers anime.
I gotta say, in general, I'm a big fan of any sort of like medium, like manga or video games or anything of the sort that manages to slip in actual educational type knowledge on some kind of subject that's really useful outside.
And I think the other one
I totally agree.
is a Devil is a Part-Timer.
Devil is a Part-Timer has in no way any sort of education in there. It is, well, I kind of want to say it's a W2F anime too, but not in the same way. The anime had some faults that I can't get past.
Yeah.
Voice actor and voice actress choice being one of them.
I see.
But another one is the story just abruptly stops with no recourse, like a hint at a second season, nothing like that.
Oh, I hate that.
I've heard the books and manga are better.
Yes, they are.
I haven't read them.
I'm referring to those.
Yes, yeah.
I've only ever read one series that really ended that way for me, and that was Zombie Powder.
Never heard of it, but I will take your
That
word and not
one-
read it.
No. It was good.
Oh, it was good.
It was good. It's just in that, but
That's an obscure reference.
but it was another series done by Tite Kubo, the guy who did Bleach, and
Oh.
Yep.
so it's got his style, and it's got like your standard shonen tropes, and the main character is looking for the MacGuffins that make zombie powder for his own
MacGuffins.
obscure goals.
Yep.
and like but everyone's after them, and there's like B, S, and A rank criminals, and the main character is an A rank criminal, blah blah blah.
Okay.
But it all just kept, but I liked it, and it just kind of ended, I guess, because he ran out of ideas.
Oh, that's the worst.
Because I guess I've heard that that's just a problem that Tite Kubo has.
Yes, he does.
A little bit, yeah.
He did, like, whenever he runs out of ideas, he just
stops.
He stops, or he adds new characters. And that's why I stopped paying attention to Bleach, because there's too many people.
You're not the only one. The fans will say this to anybody. Do not read the manga. Stop at where the anime ends. That's it.
Yeah, at a certain point, the manga pretty much just stretched it out.
Yeah, I know. The reason I know that is because I only read the manga. I didn't have time for anime, and I could get through manga faster.
I agree. I can read through plenty of manga in about an hour. Like, I've read through a stack 5-6 books thick.
I can believe it.
Yeah.
It has the books.
Yeah, I've got like a huge amount of I've got a huge shelf full of manga at home.
Here, no.
One of our listeners on the YouTube stream said, "Is Zombie Powder like Burn Notice the anime?" That's fantastic. I love that comment.
I guess you could say that. It just kind of straight up ends.
It just kind of ends.
And it ends in the worst place, too. Because, like...
It sounds to me like Burn Notice.
Yeah, because it ends
that
with
or The Sopranos.
It ends with...
The Sopranos had a satisfying ending. But I digress.
It ends with the main character being like, he just, like, taught the latch-on sidekick character what he needs to know to survive in this world of stupidly powerful criminals, and then he just leaves to do his own goals. And then the female character with really big tracts of land.
Big tracts of land. Sure.
And her brother is going in for surgery to recover one of the MacGuffins from his body, because touching them barehanded will kill you. And the surgery requires battle axes twice the size of your body for some reason. I don't get it.
So but here's a quick aside about surgery and battle axes.
Yeah.
Have I told you this story? I told you this story before, Orange.
Is this in any way related to Surgeon Simulator?
No.
Okay.
This is related.
Never trust him.
This is related to a dwarf who brews a lot of beer, who thinks he can do surgery with an axe.
Okay,
So,
I think I know this character.
Well, his name is Gromril.
Yes, I remember him.
Well, Gromril is a lovely lad. He's a fantastic fighter, even better brewer. Not so good at surgery.
I could imagine not.
Something to do with the alcohol.
I was about to say.
What really happened, and we had to come up with an explanation for it later, was we were doing surgery on a guy who we had found some cool steampunk implants. So I cut off the hands, no problem, because, chop.
That's easy.
That's easy. He was knocked out anyway. We had magic. We had magic for this.
Sure.
We attached his hands. Cool. Next day we go. I have to chop off, I think, his other hand.
Is that all?
Well, yeah. Well, I rolled a 1.
Oh, no.
DM says roll a D4.
Oh, no.
I roll a 4.
Oh, no.
He said if you'd rolled a 1, you would have gotten the hand. If you'd rolled a 2 or a 3, you would have gotten one of the legs. You rolled a 4. You got his head.
Oh, no.
Luckily, the Oracle and the Druid were standing by, and they went, ah! Regeneration, breath of life. He wakes up. What's with the scar? And you see me wiping my axe down, drinking a beer. Nothing.
Absolutely nothing is wrong.
There was absolutely no foul play whatsoever in the surgery. Somebody else do it. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, you were continue on with surgery with battle axes.
But yeah, like, they don't even show you the surgery. They just like, he's laid out on the table. The doctor is clad in like anime battle gear, which is like a low cut shirt, no sleeves, and it's made of leather. And she's got the huge axe. Her assistants are like dual wielding saws.
Sounds like surgery I never want to go into.
Yeah, but like I know this is like a bit of a digression, but I have to, because the main character's weapon, part of the reason this series has stuck with me is because the main character's weapon is super cool to me. It is a chain sword.
Like Warhammer 40k chainsword, or
No, like it's a katana that is also a chainsaw.
a chain katana?
Yeah. And he like revs
So
it up.
Yamato from Fire Emblem.
Oh, the Yato, yeah. But the Yato isn't katana shaped. The Yato is a pretty standard longsword shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like supposed to be like vaguely katana shaped, and there was a person who had a hammer that was powered by rockets.
This all sounds like a great show. It's a shame it just ended.
I know. They just cut to the people dressed up and they're like, let's do this. And then it ends.
That's it?
That's it.
No,
the kids
there'll
left,
be more? No, that's it?
the kids left behind. The guy went off to do who knows what, even though he doesn't. The
Somebody
surgery
find me
hasn't
something
happened.
to throw. Somebody find me something to throw.
It just stops there, and it's so aggravating.
I need a table to flip.
And like throughout,
We don't have a table to flip.
no,
No,
but,
you don't.
But like, it's also pretty cool because like throughout each of the 4 volumes that this exists at, there, like at the end of each volume, there are little excerpts from, I guess, titles or series that Tite Kubo wanted to do,
But didn't.
but like it's like first chapters that never led to anything else. And some of these are super cool. Like I don't remember the title of this one, but it was one where there was like, she's a monster tamer, but she like seals her monsters away in tattoos that she gets.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and when she needs to seal more
Why not?
monsters, she just goes to see this guy and get more tattoos.
Okay, that's really cool.
It's kind of like it's like Pokemon, only you keep them in tattoos.
It's kind of like there's an archetype in Pathfinder D&D where you store your spells as tattoos.
Yeah, it's like
really
that.
cool.
Only she like calls them out and then they flow out of her skin and,
Oh,
and they
that's so cool. It's
and then she commands them to do stuff. And
Yeah,
some are
it's-
more compliant than others.
sort of like Medusa and Soul Eater.
yeah,
Her
yeah.
snakes come out. Yeah. So
Only
in the
the-
manga, by the way, just as another aside, Medusa is way worse. Way worse.
How bad we talking?
Like
On Soul Eater? Yeah, she's worse.
she's like the big bad.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's pretty bad.
It's really bad.
But yeah, so
They tried to make it a little bit more friendly for the anime.
but yes, I don't believe there was ever an anime made of zombie powder, because why would you when you end it so quickly and
Right.
it ends so dumbly?
Huh.
But I'm just so mad because you get these little glimpses into Tite Kubo does have some really neat ideas.
You
Well,
should
how about-
just combine them and just do it.
So like for some reason the girl with the monster ceiling tattoos shows up and also wants to collect zombie powder
And do zombie killing stuff. Why
there,
not?
There aren't actual zombies in this.
Oh, is it sort of like Mumia, which is like ground up mummy?
I guess it's never
weird.
really clarified what the zombie
It's a
powder
MacGuffin.
is either. Yeah, like
MacGuffin.
it's a MacGuffin that you get by gathering MacGuffins, and the MacGuffins are like evil rings.
So it's basically a series built on MacGuffins that couldn't deal with the MacGuffins.
Yeah, and then he just gave up and walked away
I'd
at
like
the
to-
worst possible time.
You know, every time we say MacGuffin, I just think like that sounds edible and kind of delicious.
It does. It does. It reminds me of this Source filmmaker video, or this couple of Source filmmaker videos that are some of the best shonen parodies I've ever seen. I forget the name of the guy who does them, but the title is something stupid like Super Ninja High School Parkour Scout.
Sounds like a stupid YouTube video.
Yeah, but it's beautiful, and like it's like a fragment of an episode of a show that doesn't exist.
That's crazy.
And
You mean
people
like the bacon sandwich?
yeah,
Bacon sandwich. That sounds delicious. Oh wait, I had one like earlier at some point. I can't
stop
remember.
making me hungry.
I can't help it. We're talking about MacGuffins.
And then in the next in one of them they talk about like foolish whatever your name is. In just a few moments, Master Bananarama Sama will do away with your friend Ninja High School Parkour Scout and nothing.
Banana Ramasama.
Yeah, the whole thing is a joke and it's beautiful. And it's literally just a guy with it's like It's
Is it a dude in banana suit? Please tell me
it's a character model of the Heavy from TF2 with only his head is replaced with a banana.
Oh.
And then once we get rid of him, nothing will stop us from collecting the MacGuffin muffins.
Ah, the MacGuffin muffins.
And then it's a henchman character that's fighting the edgy anti-hero sidekick of the main character. And then he's like, I will defeat you and collect the MacGuffin muffins for myself.
See, that's just rude. Why don't we share the MacGuffin muffins and, like, I'll be happy.
And they even showed the MacGuffin muffins, too. It was just a model of a muffin and with, like, various TF2 hats attached to them.
Hats. Those are the hats. The hats are where TF2 is at. Let's be real.
Oh, doy.
You need the hats.
Like, since Overwatch happened, TF2 has been dying faster than ever.
I know, it's so sad, because TF2, in my opinion, is the superior game.
Well,
that's going to garner a lot of hate, but I think it's the superior game.
I fell in love with it, like, in the later stages, and I love the little shorts that Valve puts out. They put an insane amount of detail into those, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Valve is taking notice because they're like, we're losing people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're not concerned because, they have Steam.
And, like, next month in October, the 6th or 7th Saxy Awards are going to be happening.
Oh, wow.
And that's a year, for those who don't know, that's a yearly competition.
Right. It'll be the 10th anniversary.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I've been playing TF2 for 10 years.
Yeah.
I haven't played it recently, but
TF2 has existed for longer.
Yeah.
And it's been relevant for all that time.
It's amazing, right?
It's pretty freaking cool.
Considering it came on the orange box.
Yeah.
Which was released in 2007.
Yeah, that's literally about 10 years. That's literally 10 years ago.
Yep.
But the Saxy Awards are like a competition for people who have Source Filmmaker.
Yep.
And they create little animated shorts of varying quality, and they enter in your categories.
Right.
And like a lot of the time, if the Valve will actually hire the winners.
Yeah, if they're good enough, sure.
Yeah.
Lately, it's been a combination of TF2 plus Splatoon.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't followed the Saxies for a while, but I know the early ones were really good.
Yeah. Something else that I really enjoyed was at a certain point they started doing community content in TF2. So like you could design a weapon, you could design a hat. It was really cool.
People get paid for that. It's pretty neat.
I really, really enjoyed that.
It was It was a beautiful time. And now there's just too many hats. And I know I could sell it because I don't play it anymore, but I have one unusual hat.
Oh my, you could make...
I know, and I looked it up. I could sell that for $80.
Oh my God, $80 Steam credit? That's nuts.
I know, and part of me wants to, but at the same time, I'm like, it's my only unusual hat, and it's for the medic, and it's covered in electricity, and I actually play the medic, so...
Yeah.
If it were for a class I didn't care about, like the spy, then... I would probably do it, but no, I like my electric sparking plague doctor mask.
That is really cool. I can't say I blame you for that.
I just can't get rid of it. It makes me feel bad.
I know. I'm the same way. Like, there's tons of stuff. Like, I have the vintage weapons. So, like, those things could probably go for something. They're not strange or anything. They're just vintage, but
those
people
will
buy them. Yeah,
people like that's. Like, depending on what it is, it could be between $5 and $15.
I know, it's weird. How did we talk about money again?
I don't know.
It went from TF2 to selling things on TF2 to money.
Fair enough.
I mean, it's a legit racket. I don't think it's comparable to this. It's comparable to the CS:GO
but people have
scene.
been doing that for years, like for WoW.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to get into the ethics of it, but what do you guys think about selling
your playable character?
Your characters, your accounts, your money, I mean,
the ethics of it?
Yeah, they can be kind of shady.
I honestly can't say I support that unless you know for a fact you're not going to play this game again.
Right. And also if it's like you know whatever. If you're buying on the buying end, that it's coming from a responsible source, not somebody who stole somebody's account.
Yeah.
Somebody who stole money, money phishing. I think.
Yeah, and no, I think phishing is something else. But but the point being, even
phishing is horrible.
Well,
but if you're on, but regardless of if you're on the buying end, you really have no way of knowing where this account came from,
or the in-game currency or anything like that. So
yeah, for all you know, this stuff was farmed in China.
Right. I like there's games that take that into account and say, look, yes, you can sell your currency, you can sell your items, but it's going through us. That way we know it's legitimate. Yeah,
Blizzard does some of that, right?
No, what they did instead was, hey, give us $20 or whatever, and we'll give you a token, and that's worth a variable amount of gold based on the market price, depending on who's buying and selling. It's usually around 20,000. I think.
Yeah, so I love like in-game economies in MMOs. They can be
WoW's economy is just broken. Last time I was
WoW's economy is broken.
It's just broken.
Yeah, the economy in the game that I've fairly recently quit playing.
Oh, the Riders game?
Yeah, it just kind of stopped. It just kind of lost appeal to me. Everyone's like
It was a toxic community, right?
It was a pretty toxic community that only
new RPGs can be that way.
It only seemed to get worse.
This is Riders of Icarus?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the name of the game.
The full release, the technically full release just happened. So they were like translating bits of it at a time from its Korean version.
So it's kind of like Ark Survival, where they just let it kind of be in the pre-release for ages, and then they finally introduced the full release.
And then
Rust.
But then even the pre-release had its own. But there was this pre-release stage that I was a part of for a very long time, and then there was the beta before that.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I can think of a few games at the moment that are like that.
And
Rust.
Okay, Rust.
But yeah, so just
Factorio now.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed like watching the prices of like Mark recipes fluctuate wildly when a new area was released.
That's bound to happen. Yeah.
Yeah, because first the recipe to make the MacGuffin that you need to tame a specific beast that's really cool. When it first comes out, it sells for like several hundred gold.
And then it dies down.
But then eventually people figure out where you can farm it, and then it's worth nearly nothing.
Right. But that's probably for the best. So long as you don't need to be the first, it lets you have it for a reasonable price.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind economies like that. I never thought I'd see this word again. But one of our stream commenters said Neopets.
Oh, no, it's true.
That economy is apparently broken.
Oh, it's true.
I didn't even know that was still around.
Oh, I bet it is, but it must
Club
be.
Penguin's dead finally.
Well, yeah,
they relaunched it as like Club Penguin 2 or something like that.
But yeah, but like the official one is
Neopets
dead and buried.
Oh, is it Neopets or Club Penguin?
No, Club Penguin.
I thought they released like an official second one.
Well, they did, but like the original one,
is dead.
They tried the funny thing about that was people trying to get banned as fast as possible.
Yeah, I love those memes. People saying some really offensive stuff.
I mean, it's not cool to say offensive things.
No.
I don't condone it.
No.
But the fact that people tried to do it because it was a Disney company.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's kind of funny.
But geez, Neopets takes me back so far. I still have like my collectible plushies on my shelves at home.
I have no idea. I wouldn't even know where to begin to look for my old Neopets stuff.
You know what the newest Neopets thing is for like small ones now? It's all the Shopkins.
Oh, the pet pets or the pet pets?
There's pets?
Yeah, the pet where you've got your pets.
Yeah.
And then you have your pets.
Yeah.
Which are like your doggle foxes and your
whatever the things. I don't remember.
Doggle fox is the only one I remember right now.
Pet.
So now there's pets for your pets.
Yeah, only the pets. Oh, that was a while ago.
Jeez.
Though. The
that shows how long it's been.
Yeah, the pets are like the fleas and the little bugs that get on your pets.
The chain never ends.
Should I even throw in their hashtag only 90s kids?
Yeah. Meepits and feepits. Those were also pets. I remember saving up so many points to buy a starry paintbrush for my Feepit.
Just wow.
And I also remember saving up so much money because I got a quest from the Fountain Fairy once.
Huh.
That's like super rare. If you do the quest, then you can paint one of your pets any color that you want.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like you usually, because paintbrushes are like a show of elitism, or because like
This
you
is
have
starting to sound like EverQuest things.
it's
Wow.
It's kind of like that. You can
sounds like
paint
that.
your pet rainbow. You can paint them fairy. You can paint them mutant. You can paint them all kinds of things.
Mutant has a color.
Yes.
I imagine it looks slightly grotesque.
It's pretty gross. Yeah, they're universally pretty gross.
Huh.
But when I finally did it, I just made one of my pets fairies because fairies are pretty.
They are.
I liked fairies. Fairies are cool.
Yeah, I mean, my wife's favorite Pokemon type is fairy. Fairy's a really cool type in Pokemon.
Yeah, it is.
I like legendary.
But
Legendary's not technically
it's
a
not
type.
really a type. it's a moniker or a status. Would you say?
Yeah.
Not on Pokemon Online though.
There's a Pokemon Online.
Yes, there is.
I've dabbled in a couple of Pokemon RPGs when I was like super bored. It was like MMOs. There was a Pokemon MMO that I just kind of was.
Yeah, you can design your own battle arena and your own gyms.
Yeah, it was.
That's kind of cool, actually.
It was weird. It had its own site and stuff. For the life of me, I can't remember any of the account information, but it was basically just wandering around catching basic things. I never got beyond that. I was super bored at the time. You understand?
It is expanded now because it has all the updated all the way up to what we have now, which is the 700 and something Pokemon.
Yeah, but when I say basic, I mean Area 1 things from every generation. But all Area 1 stuff. Your Zigzagoons, your Poochyeenas. I love Poochyena to death. Is one of my favorites. Don't ask me why. It's just cute and evil.
Poochyena's pretty cool. I don't hate Poochyena.
Yeah. And I understand, like, you got to evolve it at some point to fill your decks, but...
Yeah, I mean...
But Poochyena is better.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Rockruff, which is the new wolf...
now has a third mode.
It does have a third evolution now for Ultra Sun and Moon, but I like it. I really, really do like Rockruff. More than I like Poochyena. Yeah. Somebody correctly pointed out that Pokemon games are, in fact, RPGs.
Well,
but I think what Scuddy and Orange meant were MMOs, like
RPG.
online RPGs.
Yeah, where there were several people at once wandering in the same grass.
Yeah.
That was
server lag is a thing.
I would imagine so.
Yeah, I was just like at the time. It was one of those times when you're just. Have you ever had one of those moments where you just really want to play a game with other people because you're sick of playing by yourself?
Yeah.
It was one of those times.
Yeah. I can't say I can't relate.
And now you can do that in Minecraft. It's like
Yeah, you can now do that. Well, you could always do that in Minecraft.
but they updated it.
Yeah, but a lot of Minecraft communities are also super toxic.
That is very fair. That's why you make your own.
And then
Except
nobody
for-
joins it because you don't have friends.
Yep.
There's
pretty
only
much.
2 that are not really toxic.
I mean, Hypixel's okay. It's not
Hypixels
terrible.
is fine.
I know a lot of the big YouTubers have their own communities, which tend to be not toxic. Escal has a community. Grian has a community. Izuma has a community. I think the big ones have communities, which tend not to be toxic because they're moderated. Sorry, and they're more accepting, and the people who go in there all have something in common in that they are a patron or follower of the YouTuber who they're joining in. So
Yeah,
they tend to have
there's guilds.
yeah, they tend to have sort of similar interests. I want to say, or at least they share one.
There's I think there's 3 different building guilds.
Huh. Interesting. I didn't know that.
I don't know a darn thing about Minecraft guilds. I always try to stick to vanilla. Beyond that, it gets too complicated and I can't follow it.
No,
It is
there's
vanilla.
some
It's just-
easy modded ones.
It is vanilla, but it's just grouping together like a guild. You know how it is.
Yeah.
If you want to play a slightly easier one, I would say Sky Island modded one.
No, that can be pretty difficult. It
I'm talking the original.
still it requires a little bit of messing with things to understand.
That'll feed the beast.
Feed the Beast is overwhelming, but easy because you can play it like vanilla, or you can play it as modded. I played on a Feed the Beast server over the summer. I'm still part of it. I just haven't had a single bit of time.
The one that will make you confusing is the Tekken ones.
Yeah, I don't go into the specialty Minecraft mods because
That sounds like a big old can of worms.
it is
Especially
a
the
can
race
of worms.
The race for space, Galactic Craft. Oy.
Yeah, that's really bad. Like, every time that's in a pack, I just ignore it. I just straight up ignore it. I'm like, you know what? I don't mind being on the ground. You know, the overworld's nice. The nether is scary because the nether is always scary, and it just gets scarier with mods.
I like the one where they add the Aether.
The Aether is really cool, but it's also scary. And then there's the
But
deep
the
dark.
Sky Whales, though.
The sky whales are cool. The
Sky
deep dark.
whales.
The deep dark, where the darkness literally hurts you.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
scary.
no. I can't deal with that.
Right. But the
it-
mining dimension's really cool, where there are no mobs. It's super flat, and you just mine. And there's higher rates of ores and things, so it's really cool.
There's the interdimensional ones where you can actually just dial up a world.
Yeah, there's some really, really cool stuff.
There's the Stargate mod.
There's pretty much a mod for everything.
Yeah, there's a mod for whatever you have a flavor of.
Pretty much. And if
that's
if there
more than
isn't something for
31.
that, if there isn't something for that, there is. There will be.
There's the tactical nuke one.
Really? But that just destroys
No.
Minecraft.
Wasn't there like
Red matter.
I remember
Oh,
reading
yeah.
about one Minecraft community that like perfectly recreated all of the. I forget if it was you or a friend of mine or someone else that did this, but they recreated the world of, I believe, Fallout 3.
That was not me.
Before there was a before, and then they crafted an actual nuke out of so much dynamite.
Oh my god, did they really drop it?
Yeah, and then they dropped it. And so they had their ground zero, and
So much lag.
How bad did their computer crash?
I'm pretty sure like it was a multiplayer thing. It was a small community, and
So the server crashed.
it went down pretty fast.
Wow. But then when they logged back on,
When they logged back on, everything was like not everything. Everything
did they
wasn't.
back up the server at least?
Well, they would have had to, I imagine.
Because I would not have blown something up without having backed it up first.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah, because I think if you get down to 1 FPS, that's the entire. If you fill up an entire chunk with TNT.
Oh my god.
but I
Yeah,
think
16 by 16 by whatever.
yeah, but I think when they came back, it had worked. It had done what it was supposed to do, and the world was like a very nice
Crater.
flavor of ruin.
Yeah.
I guess with of course a massive crater at ground zero, but
Hey, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? Shameless social media plug time!
oh snap!
I'm so good at these shameless social media plugs.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yes. First of all, let's say hello to all of our listeners, both on the online radio stream and also on YouTube.
Hello everyone, it's so nice to have you here.
DJ Frost, DJ Orange, and DJ Scuddy in the house,
Yep.
talking nerdy, because that's what we do best.
Whoop whoop.
Bunch of nerds in the basement.
Yep. And then the shameless social media plug part, because this is the greatest part.
Yes.
If you go onto Facebook, ready for this, and you search
Yeah.
for DJ Frost,
Yeah.
WLMC,
Yeah.
and you give me a like, I'll love you, because I'm just a loving person, and I
yay.
really love likes.
Nice.
And my wife. But likes, really. And then, you know what the best part about it is?
What?
It's a mutually beneficial relationship. You like me, and then you get all these nerdy things that I post, like, every day.
It's pretty beautiful.
It's pretty beautiful.
Pretty much.
so many memes.
I'm tired of being the corporate chill guy. Let's move on.
Show or shill.
Corporate.
Both.
Yay.
Anyway,
All
let's
right.
talk about something comic related. We haven't done comics in like ages.
No, we haven't.
No, we really like that used to be Bear Man's thing.
That did. He's still hibernating, by the way.
Oh. But I guess like the most comic related thing I can think of is that I saw Wonder Woman over the summer.
How was that? I've heard it was fantastic. I don't go to the movies. I just don't.
It was. It really was.
It's the best of the DC films so far.
Like,
That's saying
really?
something.
Like there were a lot of critics were saying that it's the best DC movie to have come out since The Dark Knight.
That's crazy.
and I'm
Because The Dark Knight was great.
yeah, and I'm definitely inclined to agree. And I'll say this right now, like before this gets into a weird gendery place, I'm going to bring it to that weird gendery place where I relate to it. It made me care much more than most any other superhero movie I'd ever seen because I really could get behind this character.
That shows that they did a fantastic job.
Like-
if you can emulate a character, if you feel a connection with that character, you're doing something right.
And
Although maybe something wrong because I really resonate with Deadpool. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
it depends which Deadpool.
Movie Deadpool.
Oh, well, I guess he's innocent enough? Question mark. Oh, but like
I don't know.
I don't know, but like this rise in more female superhero TV shows has got me a lot more invested because
You mean
it's
like
not.
Vixen?
No, I mean like Jessica Jones.
The Defenders. I saw like the first episode of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It looks pretty cool. I heard it turned not so good.
yeah. That's what.
It gets better towards the end.
That's
I thought
what.
it gets better towards the beginning.
It gets better in the beginning and better at the end,
Yeah.
not in the middle.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the middle is basically just bleh.
Yeah, Bearman says
Plot.
there's a better way to use 8 hours.
Wow. That's heavy coming from him because he's a real comic lover.
Yeah, like Jessica. Apparently, Jessica Jones was one of the best parts of the whole thing, which is great. But like you also
Everything
have
else
to
was-
remember that Iron
yeah.
Fist is there,
Yeah.
and
like-
and you also have to deal with the latter half of Luke Cage,
Right.
which wasn't so great.
And Daredevil.
Daredevil was
Yeah,
fantastic.
Daredevil has maintained pretty great. Only they follow up directly from the plot of Daredevil season 2, and apparently it's kind of weird and
All
stupid.
the ends of all the other shows.
Yeah. But I mean, the actor is fantastic.
like
He's,
you find out what's at the bottom of that giant hole.
well, no spoilers here.
No, I'm
we
not-
are
I
a
ain't-
spoiler-free community.
I'm not going to say what
Yes.
it is. I'm just saying that
It's
if
you find out answers.
you'll find it out, and it's slightly dumb.
I'm not surprised.
The other thing that happened over the summer on Netflix was Castlevania.
Now, I heard that was really good. It was an animated Castlevania series.
I really want to watch that. It sounds
it's
amazing.
good.
It's got all the blood and gore you want from Castlevania.
Oh yay!
It's fantastic.
I'm a strange person.
It follows Castlevania 3.
Ooh.
Pretty much.
Oh, Castlevania 3, not 1?
Nope.
Interesting.
Of all the ones they could pick.
I mean, it was a great game. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Actually, what Castlevania was... No, there were some Castlevanias that were pretty bad. There were some pretty bad Castlevanias. Like the one on the N64 that you couldn't beat because of a programming glitch.
That was a thing.
That was a very much a thing.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh.
That is a real thing that happened.
But yeah, so being able to relate to the protagonist of your superhero movie, it gives on account of like you wouldn't. I never really expected it to play such a big part, but it's not just another mook in a suit to me.
No.
I actually
No.
care now because
Yeah.
because
The only mook in a suit I love is Deadpool.
but yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It really,
Yeah.
I guess it really does make a difference
Yeah.
that they're the same gender.
Yeah, I mean, she did a phenomenal job of not only, portraying the character well, but like
Oh, yes.
inspiring, young girls who want to love comics, but, feel like it's not.
Yeah,
their place.
because it's
is true.
There's like this whole I guess, stereotype
I
that
know,
like
I know.
girls aren't nerds,
Yeah.
which I will tell you is 100% false.
Wrong.
on account of I'm here.
Well, not just that. I'm married to a giant
Well,
nerd.
yeah.
No. Girl gamers, everything. It's an equal opportunity.
Oh yeah, for sure. And also,
Definitely.
like, they tend to be the better ones. I'm not gonna lie. They tend to be better.
They are more fangirlish when it comes to games than
Oh, yes.
we are.
Yeah, I will definitely cut somebody if they say anything bad about what I like.
Yes.
Yeah, see, we don't.
Intensity here. Well, here as in I'm holding my hand above my head because you can't see me because there's no webcam. and then that's as far as I'm going to go with this because I can't gesture on the radio.
Like
No, you can't.
I can, but they just won't see it. So I can do this, and they're not seeing this at all.
Except for us.
Hey, but you guys know what I'm doing.
Oh God, put down the knife.
Sorry. Jeez.
You're starting to worry me with that thing.
I mean, the MacGuffins don't cut themselves.
Well, no, but at the same time, I like my MacGuffins uncut.
But how do you put the butter on them?
Yeah, it's fair. You just slather it on the top.
Fair enough.
Let it drizzle and
That'll
melt into the
inject
whole
it.
thing.
Cue transfer music. We don't have that. And
We should probably have that.
that would be effort. And I'm of a mind of minimal effort.
No, most things
What about
are.
that thing that I've been bugging you about all day? These lists.
Oh yes. By all means, go into the lists.
I mean, this is kind of going back into the anime thing, but I've been looking at an awful lot of listicles lately of how many different types of anime fans exist in the world.
There's so many.
Brace yourself, Orange. We got this. Be strong.
And everybody who likes anime falls into one of these.
Oh, really?
Well, I would assume they must.
Let us be the judge of that.
Some of them get a bit wonky, and there appears to be there's consensus on very few actual types.
Of course, this is the nerd community. Do we ever really agree?
But there are.
We do agree on some things.
Very true.
And that translates well here too. There's definitely overlap in between.
Very well. Let us start off the list.
Okay, number one on the one I'm looking at right now is the shipper.
Well, to be fair, everybody's a shipper to a certain degree.
Well, yeah.
If you watch rom-com, romantic comedy, romance, comedy, any sort of anime that has, characters in it, you're shipping.
Yeah, whether it's canon or not, you're doing.
Almost always
The
not
shippers
canon.
are the crazy ones.
It's
You guys have heard that that AMV, I ship it?
yes, yeah. You're the one who showed me that.
I did. I'm shameless.
It's
was
been
pretty
in
great.
every single anime con ever known to exist.
I didn't even have to read the description to know, so for everyone here to know exactly what that means.
Right.
Ship wars are a thing.
Oh boy, are they a
They
thing.
really are.
The shipper. I will admit, I do ship things.
I have as well, fairly shamelessly in
Yep.
the past.
Mm-hmm. Except that sometimes they go nuts and
Yeah.
gets nasty at sometimes.
Yeah.
It does. But I mean, overgeneralizing is not good. We should say that the shippers, I'm a very moderate shipper. I ship things, but I'm not going to go crazy over it.
Yeah, you don't go around shoving the fan art in people's faces.
No,
being
that's
like,
just
this is
rude.
correct.
No, that's rude.
Yeah, that's the crazy ones.
No, the crazy ones are the ones that after the official pairing is listed, these are fully shipped. They're married in the series. No, it's these people.
Yeah, Naruto is with Hinata now.
But
That is never going to change.
Yes, they have a kid. His name is Boruto. I hate to spoil this for you, but yes, but nonetheless.
And Naruto is a terrible father, but
Oh,
that's
God, yeah.
but that's a different issue altogether.
But did we ever expect good things out of him in his fatherhood?
Probably not.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Yes. Anyway.
Okay, and also
next list, or unless you have any final comments on the shippers.
yeah.
My favorite
Next.
shippers are those who bring products from overseas.
Yeah, like the anime.
Exactly.
Okay, so next on this list is the fandom intellectual.
Interesting. What do you mean by that?
Well, it's defined here as somebody who uses anime as an extension of their education.
Oh,
You know
damn.
what? I definitely do that. I don't think that anime is lessonless.
Oh, no, it's definitely
There's
not.
Definitely things. I mean, I just talked about this earlier with Spice and Wolf. You can learn from anime, from manga, from light novels. You just gotta pick it. I
Yep.
mean, some of the best moral lessons you can pick up are from anime because while they are very cliched a lot of the times, they are important things.
Oh, yeah.
Cliches stick around for a reason.
Yeah, because they for one reason or another, it resonates with people. If it didn't,
does.
then it wouldn't still be here now, would it?
True.
Yeah. So
much.
people who are classified as this, it lists the types of anime that these people favor.
Right.
Like favorite shows for the intellectual would include Death Note, Library War.
Really, Death Note,
Library War.
Library War. Yeah,
That is a very obscure anime.
it is, but I mean, it's perfectly up their alley.
Yeah, Mushishi.
Mushishi, yeah.
March comes in like a lion.
That is getting a second season, by the way. It was very good, from what I could tell.
Yeah, and Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Okay, yeah.
Like I'm going to imagine that these are the people who understand the ending.
They're see
The ones that can survive the ending.
Yeah, nobody really understands the
Like,
ending
but
of
these are the
Evangelion.
people who will be like, I totally get what all of that means.
Right.
No, watch completely think without cringing, without doing any emotions.
I think what they're trying to get at, not that they understand, but they use it to intellectualize things. So like I have literally written a college level paper on anime before.
Yeah.
Using the morals and lessons from it. I think that's the kind
I
of
think I've
person
even
they're
heard of
Yeah,
somebody who
it's
actually
somebody-
used Evangelion as a existential crisis.
I would believe that. It is messed up enough for that to happen.
Yeah. And then there's number 3 on the list is probably one of the most common. Is the casual, the people who are familiar with titles and have seen some episodes but don't follow
Casual
anything.
plebes. I'm kidding. No, I mean...
It's pronounced pleb.
Oh, is it now?
It is.
Well, the word it comes from is plebeian. So, plebe.
Yes, but internet...
Which is Latin.
But yes,
Yes.
but language changes.
I know, because the internet...
And contextualizes and blah, blah, blah because colloquialism.
Yeah. Honestly, I think the casual are the most important anime watchers.
Well, yeah, because they're the ones who spread the word the most.
Pretty much. If, hey, I really love this series, I didn't watch all of it, but it's really cool, you should check it out. That's how it spreads. And I think the casuals, which everybody starts out as a casual,
Yeah.
you don't start out as a hardcore fan.
Oh, no, nobody ever does.
You catch an episode, I mean, technically, I know it's the same for actually both of you. We grew up with Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
Anime. We were casuals. We caught it when we could watch it on the TV.
Yeah, Pokemon.
That and Toonami.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
The ones listed here are Naruto, DBZ,
Yeah.
Sailor Moon, Yu-Gi-Oh. Only the
Yu Yu Hakusho,
Yeah.
Inuyasha,
Rurouni Kenshin.
my
The
big
things that
old
were on the TV when we were little.
Gundam.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, any of the Gundams.
Yeah, I remember my first episode of Yu Yu Hakusho. I remember thinking it was the coolest thing ever.
It was pretty cool.
Spirit Gun.
Yep. So yeah, the casuals are very important.
Yeah, and of course Pokemon is
Oh,
also
yeah.
included here.
Pokemon, I can't stress this enough. It's probably one of the most influential anime because,
Oh yeah.
first of all, everybody who was anybody back in the day
Watched it.
Oh yeah, I watched that every morning before school.
Oh man, I watched
And
it after
afterwards.
School. Yeah, and after school. So like, it introduced people to the world of anime while being a cartoon, quote unquote.
Yeah.
We should never speak of what happened to that loveliness.
No, we won't.
And it was even cooler to kids, especially because the parents didn't get it.
Yes, and the games were there. You could relate.
Yeah.
You could pretend to be Ash Ketchum if you wanted to. Why not?
And then when you grow up and you realize, wow, small children really shouldn't be trusted with electric mice.
Exactly.
Except that's becoming common now with Pokemon Go.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress. What's next after the casuals?
Okay, we discussed this a little bit beforehand, but number 4 on the list, and I don't agree with this one, is the cosplayer.
I don't know if that's an anime fan.
No, like
I mean,
that's
yes, they are, but
everybody.
they're also not.
there is overlap, but correlation does not equate to causation here.
Exactly. Because you're a cosplayer does not mean you like anime.
Yeah.
Just because you dress up does not mean you're a nerd.
No.
I can't stress that enough. Hell, in like a month, Halloween,
Everyone does it.
it's not cosplay, it's costuming.
Yeah.
I'd like to throw the difference out there. Continue.
Yeah.
Like
but-
old 10
and
doctors on this
so,
campus.
Number 5 is starting to get into slightly embarrassing territory for some people. The Fujoshi.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Read the description so
Okay.
that people know.
I'm going to read this word for word from the website here. Fujoshis are often parodied in anime. You'll find them in everything from Barakamon to Kiss Him, Not Me.
Yep, Kiss Him Not Me is the quintessential Fujiyoshi.
Yeah, Fujiyoshis are huge fans of yaoi.
Yep, and that's as far as we're going to go with this.
Yes.
Yeah, that's about it. If you
Yep.
really want to know more, look it up yourself.
Although, be warned.
Be
please.
warned.
Fujiyoshi, let's just say reverse harem, and let's move on.
Yeah. Okay, and number 6 here is the Seiyu fanatic. The people who are all about the voice actors.
And actresses.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. Seiyu don't like being called Seiyu. They want to
Really?
be called actors because they do more than just voice.
Well,
they
yeah.
get into the character.
It's very real acting.
It is. It is just as much acting as somebody on stage.
Yeah,
So
people get into it.
yeah, and Seiyu literally means voice actor.
Yeah.
Or something very close to that.
So if you're an American voice actor, then you just happen to be voicing a Japanese, and you just happen to be voicing an
Most
anime.
of the
just call them a voice actor.
Most of the
Well-
American voice actors actually took film school and
Yeah.
acting school.
Yeah.
Call them actors, not voice actors. Actors, that's what they are. I mean, some of them will. In the States, it's a little different. Like, there's voice actors guilds, and the
Yeah.
voice actors have a stronger community. But in Japan, Seiyu, I mean, some of them have come to accept it at this point, but some of the older ones are like, no, we're actors. We do more than just voice.
Like, this is literally our art. We studied
Yes,
this.
this is our art. Exactly. But yes, there is no shame in loving voice actors and actresses. Although I imagine these people take it further than what.
Yeah,
we
we're
tend
talking
to.
about
You mean
people.
talking about stalking them?
Yeah,
I
something
don't
like
think
that.
it goes that far. I think this is those who are
You
very
don't.
knowledgeable.
They can,
No.
they have casual offhand knowledge of literally everything Vic Mignogna has been in.
Yeah, but Vic Mignola is awesome.
I heard he was kind of a jerk.
I don't know, but he's awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, he's Tamaki in Orin High School Host Club.
I'm most familiar with him as Edward Elric.
He was really great as that. He
I
did a
know
fantastic.
he showed up.
I know him more too.
As what?
As Crow.
Oh.
from.
Ruby.
Yeah, he was.
He also showed up in Yu Yu Hakusho at one point.
He's been around for quite a while. He's got a very,
He
very
has a huge list.
It's pretty great.
Yep. Crispin Freeman's another iconic and prolific voice actor. Laura Bailey's done a lot. Michelle Ruff has done a lot. Monica Rial. I know a lot of the English voice actors.
The one that used to be a Green Ranger.
Yeah, there's a huge community of them, and they're really great. I am less familiar with the Japanese seiyus.
Yeah.
But I know a few of them, and I can recognize voices. So
Yeah.
I'm good at recognizing, oh, that's the person who does this. And I look, I'm like, yeah, I was right.
Yeah, that's how I am with most actors, voice or otherwise. Like, I'll recognize their
Yeah.
character, but not them.
Then you got Matthew Mercer, who's an English guy.
Yeah. Matthew Mercer is very prolific. Bryce Pappenbrook.
Yes.
The voice of Tiz Arya, and he's been in a lot of anime as well. He's fantastic. There's just so many talented people that we all know we wish we could be voice actors and actresses.
Oh yeah,
But we can't. We can try.
yeah. But yeah. Next on this list is the one that is the title that everyone knows and fears, the Weeaboo.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
I have a big problem with
Exit.
Weeaboo. Weeaboo, like, if somebody calls me weeb, I'm like, yeah, I'm a weeaboo. I love Japanese culture. What of it? You're just calling me a Japanophile in a trying to be derogatory way.
Like, I think what it's come to mean, and this is the definition that I most accept personally, is like the person who would literally sell their soul to become Japanese.
I would not go that
no.
far. No, but
So, in that-
she's absolutely right. That's what it has become, unfortunately.
So, in that sense, you are not a weeaboo.
Not in the slightest.
And
Nope.
for that matter, neither am I, although at one point.
I mean, I'd love to live in Japan. I wouldn't sell my soul to do it.
Well,
I don't
no.
live in Japan. I got relatives in Japan.
Yeah, you're a lucky person.
Yeah, the shows that fall under interests for weeaboos include Inuyasha, Code Geass, and Fruits Basket.
Okay, Fruits Basket, I have a severe problem with.
I do not blame you in the slightest for that.
So, like, the anime is one of those things that just ends. Done. No explanation, no nothing. It just stops.
yeah,
I had to go online and look up the ending to the manga to find out what the crap happened.
yeah, it's
And then, like, I did. I'm like, okay, that's not who I would have called, but whatever. Again, no spoilers because we're really good about that.
yeah. Even
Code Geass
though
is
it's over 10
one
years
of those
old.
ones that you need to watch.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I'm not going to ruin it because it's cute to read, and they've been remastering the manga and re-releasing it in an omnibus format, so it's got more pages than the original volumes do.
Yeah, I reread it fairly recently, and I remember loving it when I was in high school. But then on rereading it, I'm like, wow, these guys whine a lot.
It's very high school-esque. I mean, Toru's just adorable. You cannot hate on Toru.
Well, no,
But they whine all the guys.
She means well regardless of everything. And
But she's a little whiny.
Besides, Code Geass is one of those ones you need to watch because it's coming back.
Oh, yeah, Code Geass, for sure. But how does that relate to Fruits Basket?
It was on the list.
Oh, it was. Got it.
Yeah, and the other one is Inuyasha, which
Inuyasha.
I definitely have problems with.
Don't we all? Next on the list.
Let's see. Okay, and as with any other type of fan that exists in anything ever, we have the hipsters.
Oh,
You know, let's gloss over.
Yeah, people.
They're the ones with this
you know what
like
that
80s
is.
anime, and that's it.
No, they like the things that aren't popular, and that's it.
They liked it before it was cool. Heads up, still not cool, but we love it anyway.
All right, and some of these are like the activist, which
Oh.
I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. What is the description?
I'm going to read directly from the site. Known to detractors as an SJW, the activist is focused on rooting out oppression in fandom. Whether this means pointing out
That's why I said, no.
Whether this means pointing out fat shaming in Yuri on Ice, trans misogyny in Gintama, or imperialism in Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I think what they're doing is all right. I mean, obviously it's not good to make fun of people and things like that. But at the same time, maybe accept the story for what it is. I mean, I don't want to be rude or mean or anything, but like so first of all, fandoms in general can be very toxic.
Yes, they can.
My wife loves Yuri on Ice. Will not get into it because of the fandom. She loves the anime. That's it. Won't go any further than that because the fandom is toxic.
It's toxic.
Yeah. We've discussed toxic fandoms already here.
But then you've got fandoms like the Fairy Tail fandom, which I am a proud member of, and it's not toxic at all. Right now, we're kind of in the SADS. It's ending.
Yeah.
So we're in the SADS. Rather, it has ended in Japan. It'll be ending here soon. We're in the SADS, but we're strong. We'll be together, and hope for Hiro Mashima's next works.
You still got One Piece.
I'm sorry. Did you say that 80-something volume thing that I haven't read volume 1 of yet? Right. I'll get back to you on that.
I only have up to like volume 15.
Right. Well, see, I'm just waiting for them to release the big boxes that come with like 20 volumes in it and just picking those up.
And it's $200.
It's not that bad, actually. They're like, depending on where you buy it, 80 to 100. So you can get a pretty good deal on it.
Oh, that's definitely better than my estimate.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So let's see.
What's the next one?
The monogamist.
Oh.
They only it's not what it sounds like though. It's they're only interested in the one anime and that's it.
Yep. Like Attack on Titan people or SAO Sword Art Online people.
Yeah, like they
like that and that's it.
Like that's
and then
like
they
apparently
try
to them that's the apparently to them that's the only good anime or whatever.
Oh, believe me, there's a few of them.
I mean, few series that have those kind of followers, sure.
Like the dot hack size.
Yeah, the dot hacks. Yeah, I mean, I understand. I get liking a series and not really caring for other stuff, but as long as they're not aggressive about it, I really don't have a problem.
Yeah, I mean, nothing really wrong with that. The next one on the list is I don't really get as much, the entrepreneur.
Oh, the guys that money.
That they get into a fandom to turn a profit.
That's weird. I don't think that's as common in the States.
No, it's more in Japan where the person
like
buys
the
all the figurines and then sells them.
Oh, yeah. Those are awful. The scalpers.
So, all right. And the next one on the list is also approaching into slightly not family-friendly territory.
Oh. Ugh. Well, let's skip over it.
All right.
Orange just gave me a face. It's not good.
Yeah.
No. That one, no. Yeah, just no.
We could probably take a guess. Anyway, next,
I have a very good guess.
After that is the people who used to like anime and don't anymore.
Oh, yeah, them.
I mean, I understand. Like, yeah, I used to be watching it, but I've gotten too old, quote unquote, or, whatever. I can understand, but again, if they're not being aggressive or anything, so be it. Let them be.
I mean, it's been a while since I've been into any sort of modern anime. Like the closest thing that I've really gotten.
It gets bad when you get the haters and then they bash people.
Yeah, the people who used to like it and were like, "Oh my God, why haven't you got? I grew up. Why can't you?"
It's not about growing up. I mean, seriously, would you show Attack on Titan to a kid?
Oh no.
Would you show Death Note to a kid?
No.
Case in point.
No, but like.
I can understand. I mean, I definitely go through phases of what I'm into, but it doesn't mean I don't like it anymore. It's just not my primary focus at the moment.
It's on the back burner. Like
that a monster.
I'm a casual fan of One Punch Man now. It's
One
pretty
Punch
great.
Man is pretty great. I
love
have the
it.
latest volume.
Oh yeah.
It came out a week ago. No, a little less than a week ago.
How many volumes are out right now?
12. I want to say 12. It could be 11.
So then I'm about a third of the way through it.
Yes. It's definitely worthwhile. We love it in my household.
2.
It's pretty great.
The manga's fantastic.
It's beautiful.
The anime is
There's
waiting.
a sale on.
There is. Saitama's just like the most blasé, like nonchalant person, and he just like, you're in my way. Whack.
No. He doesn't do that right away either. He does his utmost to be super polite
like,
first.
I have to go home. Move. Please. Okay. Fine.
And then they punch him into a building, and then he's like, oh, jeez, this again.
Yeah. And then he's like, you ruined my groceries, or you ruined my roof.
Yeah.
You're gonna pay for this. Just like the most modern, problems. Like, you broke my roof, pay for it. And then they can't pay for it because he kind of splatted them.
And like he's sitting in his apartment, and there's a huge crisis going on, and his cyborg friend, I forget his name, is like, shouldn't you go out and help them, master?
Genos, yeah.
Yeah, Genos. I thought it was Genos.
In Japanese, there's not really a just.
Well, yeah,
so
I know.
Yeah.
I know, but I can't help but I can't help but read
It's the American version.
Yeah, the American version would be Genos, but it'd be I've always just read it Genos because I'm just, whenever I'm watching something in Japanese or I'm reading something came from Japan, I just assume the GE is a G.
If I had taken more Japanese courses, I probably would be doing the same.
It's a beautiful language.
It is a beautiful language.
But he's like, master, shouldn't you go out and help them? And he's like, nah, it's not my problem. And then he sees an ad in the paper, and he's like, there's 50% off leeks at the market today.
Yes.
And that's why he leaves the apartment, and then he just casually encounters it on the way there.
Yep.
It's pretty great.
It is pretty fantastic.
And the next one on this list, I also really don't agree with.
Oh?
The furry.
That's a subcategory.
That's its own thing.
That's way its own thing.
That's its own thing. Why is it even here?
I mean, sure.
I
can't speak for the entire furry community, but I'm sure they enjoy anime.
I know for a fact there's an overlap, but
they're separate communities. They're not.
But more causation.
That is completely separate.
But more correlation, causation.
Exactly. It's not, this is part of this. It's their own thing.
Yeah.
They do them, and anime nerds do them, and sometimes they overlap, and that's cool.
But that's as far as it goes.
It's not, one is from the...
Depends on the anime and the game.
But that's like...
Fair enough.
But those are like the apparently 14 categories that this listicle lists.
I feel like they're missing some.
They're missing a few.
They definitely are.
There's the walking encyclopedia.
Sure, but that again can also be kind of anything.
I guess that would fall under the intellectual.
I would say so, maybe. I'm thinking that there's the rom-commers. You got the genreists.
Yeah.
You've got those who will only watch
genresists.
the rom-coms, romantic comedies. I keep it.
Mecha.
Yeah, the mecha nerds.
The shonen.
The shonen, the seinen, the
straight comedy.
Yeah, the josei, the comedy, the slice of lifers. Every genre has those who will just watch those.
Yeah.
The ones based on fantasy and RPG.
Yeah, I mean, totally fine. And, that's why there's so many different, genres of anime. People always ask me, so what do you like to read? Oh, I love reading manga. And like, oh, that's cool. Isn't it all about this? I'm like, no. Every genre you find in a classic library, you're going to find in a manga library as well.
Oh, for sure.
Because you're going to have the romance, you're going to have the action, the epics, the comedies. You're going to have all of that. It's just a different format.
Yeah.
You've got the same with anime, you've got the same with light novels. It's genres are not, anime and manga are not genres.
No, they are mediums.
Yeah, they're mediums. Exactly.
Anime is basically the Japanese animation.
Yep, anime is literally Japanese animation that comes from Japan, because that's a distinction we make in this country.
Inspired by Disney, but
potentially.
Like
all anime is.
Well, yeah, allegedly that's how the Japanese animators are like, wow, this is cool. And then...
Except anime is now being contested.
Well, yeah, in Japan, anime just means anything animated.
Yeah.
So it could be anything.
Yeah,
but here, in our country at least, in the U.S., it's come to mean Japanese animation from Japan.
Yeah, and then you get the people who are like, well, they're like, I guess this would be... I don't mean to like stigmatize or nothing, but older generation who are like, here's an anime for you, and it's Avatar: The Last Airbender.
That's American anime. I would heavily class that as American anime. Ruby, Avatar, Castlevania I'd even throw in there, the Netflix series.
Yeah.
And anything Netflix is trying to produce now, which I disapprove
right now,
of.
That term anime is being talked about.
But yeah,
kind
like
of is,
it is,
but it isn't.
Yeah, it's. I believe Bennett the Sage described it as
Chinese just came out with an anime.
That's Chinese anime.
Yeah, like, and then you also have Korean anime as well. And I believe like the best way to describe it is like, you know it when you see it.
Teen Titans, another great American anime.
Yes, 1,000
That is
times
coming
yes.
back. That is coming back.
It makes me so happy. Not Teen Titans Go.
Not Teen Titans Go, like Teen Titans.
Like the real one.
Well, yeah, the DC animated movies.
But like the TV series is coming back.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Yeah, I fell in love with that super early, and then they can't.
And then they just stopped
because it's too dark or whatever.
Well, it's not, well, yes, I'm not going to lie.
Then they tried to go with
but
Justice
that's why
Young.
I loved it at age 12.
We all have that dark side of us. Teen Titans just brings out the best.
They didn't bring back Teen Titans, but they tried Young Justice, and I'm like, that's the Teen Titans.
They should have just stuck with the goodness they had.
Yeah, it was...
It got really, really interesting, too.
It was so cool. I loved it.
It was like, it had the whole roller coaster there. It had the ups, the downs. I mean, who could forget Tetra? You know? Terra.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Terra.
do you mean...
Terra, Tetra. You know, it's been a while. But I remember the characters.
Like, oh, Beast Boy, he cared so much.
He did.
And then you got Jinx, the one that went good.
Yep.
Oh, that happened eventually? I didn't see, like, later episodes because it stopped happening on Kids WB.
Yeah, it did. Well, Kids WB just kind of stopped happening.
Well, it did, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, my wife is a huge Beast Boy Raven shipper.
Oh, yeah. That will never die.
That will never die.
No, it will not.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's just so many good things that they got rid of because it was too dark or too, I don't know.
Yes.
I don't understand TV companies.
No.
And the last movie that actually ended it was the Teen Titans Go to Tokyo.
That was actually a really cool movie.
That it was. I loved the idea of like the paintings, the art. It's alive and it hurts people.
Yeah, that was really, really cool.
But then the guy was mind controlled the whole time.
Oh, I know.
And it was all the police chief.
Oh, it's like a Scooby-Doo mystery. Or something like that.
Except it was Teen Titans.
Exactly.
In Japan.
Right.
And how many versions of Scooby-Doo do we have?
I don't know. The only really good one is the original.
The Teen Titans did have... That Teen Titans show did have a Japanese opening, didn't it?
Yes, it did. By Mariyumi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the same ones that did the Powerpuff Girl theme song.
Yeah, I remember I remember hearing that as a kid and being like, "What? This isn't the same thing." Maybe did they make a mistake?
Yumi. There, lovely name.
Yeah. No. So, funny story about the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
There's an anime, a legitimate anime of the Powerpuff Girls.
I think I need to see this.
Powerpuff Girls Z, right?
I think that's what it's called. It apparently is just Sailor Moon meets Powerpuff Girls, kind of.
Teenage years.
Yeah. It gets, like, so Professor X doesn't actually make them. He just finds them.
Ooh.
It's weird. But, apparently it's good, but just
it has all the
weird.
Villains.
Yeah.
But atomized.
Oh, yeah. It's apparently, really, really
what
good.
Does Mojo Jojo look like?
I don't know.
What does him look like?
We don't know. I haven't seen it, but I know it exists. And I've heard it's actually kind of good.
It is kind of good.
Well, It better be.
Even Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had an anime.
Yeah, but I'm kind of over the whole Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing right now.
And like
They kind of ruined it with like the 2 or 3 live action movies they made.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. I remember seeing those suits as a kid. That traumatized me, I swear.
Yeah, it doesn't help they actually had a TV show.
Yeah.
That had a crossover with the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
90s, man.
Try to cross over everything.
Yep.
Now all you need to do is add the Punisher.
Oh my God, yes.
Punisher is in everything. That's
the 90s
how you know
was all the animated stuff.
That's how you know it's 90s. The Punisher is in it.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason.
In Iron Man and Spider-Man and pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Even in the Fantastic Four for some reason.
Oh no, you only put in the Punisher if you want to be super edgy.
Yes. I'm just waiting for Deadpool to add the Punisher. Like the movies. I mean, he's been in the Deadpool comics plenty of times. And they've had several disagreements, shall we say?
I believe you. I 100% believe you.
Just talk to Bearman about it. I bet you he has them lying around somewhere.
Then there's the whole love triangle with Death.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love Death? Apparently, a lot of people.
And at this point, she's probably just thinking, why? Why? I know you're all going to see me eventually, sure, but at the same time, it'll only be for like a second.
Yeah, why are you rushing towards me? That's not how this works.
And especially if she actually does love them, wouldn't she want them to keep going so that she wouldn't have to see them?
It gets so complicated. I mean, first of all, we all know that Deadpool is cursed to never die.
Yeah.
So we'll never actually be with her. And that's sad.
Yeah, that's its own thing, and it makes me cry internally.
Deadpool is actually very tragic. If you go into it,
He really is.
It's so tragic.
It's a tragic character.
It like those fourth wall breaks. They're funny, they're hilarious, but it's hiding.
Yeah, it's
this inner turmoil and pain.
Like the reason he's doing that is because he can do that is because the cancer is eating his brain and it's constantly rebuilding himself.
Well, not just that. I mean, depending on who's writing Deadpool, I am a fan of Dugan. He is just the best Deadpool writer.
Yeah.
So Jerry Dugan I would recommend reading it from the beginning. Just Jerry Dugan's Deadpool. And he's still writing Deadpool too. Huh. And he really explores
these depths.
The psychological aspect of Deadpool.
Oh, was that the one
Wilson.
was that the series where he had a kid?
He still has a kid.
Oh, I thought because the woman he had the kid with is no longer in the picture.
Right. She North Korea got involved.
Yeah, I read I read that one. And
that was an amazing series though, because
and there were clones of all the X-Men.
Yes, but they weren't very good clones.
No, they weren't.
But Cap was involved and Wolverine. Yeah, they had all pushed Deadpool off. Like, Wade, you're crazy. We'll deal with you later.
Yeah, I actually have read that one.
And then they said, "Sorry, Wade, we should have listened to you." Oddly enough, because really, you shouldn't listen to Wade Wilson. Yeah. But if he's being persistent, maybe you should.
Yeah, and one of the first bits in the book that I had read was where it was the 60s or something, and he was chilling with Luke Cage and Iron Fist.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh,
and he had an afro for some reason.
Oh, yeah, that was the next arc after the Wolverine Cap crossover. Very, very good.
Deadpool is the only one that seems to go through all the different multiverses without being affected.
Well, he doesn't because he can break the fourth wall. Therefore, he knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I believe in the zombie universe, he was just known as Headpool because that's all that was left of him.
I'm surprised. Do they just keep eating his...
Yeah, they ate his body, and I don't know, one of them is just kind of carrying him around for some reason.
I don't know why he just doesn't regenerate, but far be it.
Zombies.
I guess.
What do you want?
I guess.
All the DCs, not DC.
Marvel.
All the marbles. I'm losing mine. That's what's happening.
No, you're losing marbles.
That's what I just said. You need to listen.
I did listen. I was trying to make a pun on top of a pun.
Didn't work.
I know it didn't work.
But
yeah,
everyone was a zombie for some reason.
That's fine.
Yeah,
though.
it's the zombie universe. Nobody goes there.
For good reason.
I mean, why would you want to?
I mean, I like
To meet Headpool?
I guess maybe.
I mean, like everyone once they became zombies, they were like universally evil, irredeemably.
Yeah.
It gets into quantum physics and the whole thing about the choices you make.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
You know, my favorite Deadpool spinoff though is Deadpool's Art of War. It was like a 4 comic series about Deadpool writing the Art of War after he killed the guy who actually wrote it and took it off. Was like, I could write this better. So what he does is start a war between Earth and Loki and the Frost Giants.
No.
Just to write this book.
That's a terrible idea.
So basically the Avengers find out Spider-Man knocks him out for, starting a war. Then he wakes up and says, hey guys, I just got all this great material. And they're like, Deadpool, did you do this? No. Come on. And then they beat him up and then they leave him just beat up and laying on the ground saying, Wade, you'll never learn.
Wait, you said you had this, right?
I do have this.
Do you have it with you?
I do not have it on me.
You make me sad.
I'm sorry I don't carry my comic collection on me.
Nobody
what kind
should.
of nerd are you?
A very good one who protects his nerddom.
You're supposed to share that.
We share, sure, but protecting it is very important.
Yeah, it's true. People are thieves.
Yes.
Yes. Anyway.
This is why you lock things up.
Very much so.
In a nice air-conditioned room.
Oh, yeah. Very climate controlled. That's how you keep all the
Minimal
things nice.
lighting to preserve the colors.
Oh, of course. Or just keep it shelved.
And if you really are, can afford it, do what we do with our national documents is put it in nitrogen.
Yeah, but I can't afford that. I'd rather spend the money on more nerd swag.
Yeah.
True that.
Hashtag nerd swag.
Hashtag more cards, please.
Hashtag more books, please.
Hashtag more games.
Why are we doing the hashtag thing?
More paint for your
I
figurines.
don't know.
Why not? Hashtag we're nerds. Deal with it. Or wait,
Yay.
no. Hashtag we're nerds. Hashtag deal with it.
Yeah.
I'm getting a hang of this hashtag thing.
Hashtag.
Oh boy.
Okay, we've gone too far. We've gone too far.
I think we misnamed this episode.
Maybe. I
Not
can
really.
change it.
Oh no. But
I'm not actually going to change it, but that would be funny.
but yeah, so
So I named this episode Now Loading. Why again?
because there was
Oh, because my computer took like
there were problems.
6 minutes to load. Well, it wasn't a problem. It was just slow.
Yeah.
Seems Murphy's Law is a thing.
No, I thought it was Morphe's Law.
Yeah, Morphe's Law is one of the indie games that's happening on the Switch.
First-person shooter.
Yeah, now we're repeating ourselves. Hey, you know what? At least we're not as morbid as last week.
That was dark.
We got so dark.
That'll change once October happens.
Well, it'll change maybe around Halloween.
When all the spooky games
And
come
then
out.
Spoopy scary.
Ooh, I would love to. I could bring my board game down here. My special spoopy board game.
Oh, you know what we could do? We could get a webcam and film us playing that.
I would love to do that. You have no idea how happy that would make me.
It would be pretty fun.
Yeah. Betrayal at the House on the Hill.
That is a creepy game.
It's a beautiful game and I love it.
Let's talk about board games, actually, because I have a board game waiting for me at my home.
Yeah?
It's called Welcome to the Dungeon.
Ooh, I think I've heard you mention that.
Right. Will Wheaton featured it on Tabletop. I saw it, and I just had to have it. It's basically, if you're the person who's going, it's your turn. You win a roll, I believe, and you put out a hero and their equipment, and you shuffle a deck which has monsters in it, and basically. Everybody takes a card, and if they want to put it in the dungeon, they put it down in the pile. If they don't, they remove a piece of equipment from the character and discard the card. Now you can use this to bluff out your enemies. Ooh. So on one round, you can take out a dragon slaying spear, and in the next round, put the dragon in the pile, and then say, "I'm out. I'm stepping out." Now, if you don't go into the dungeon, you can't win. But at the same time, if you die twice, you dead and you're out.
It only takes 2 times.
Yeah.
What is this, an anime?
No.
I think they said twin phenomena or something.
Ah.
Or, It's just a mechanic because, there's a billion rogues, a billion fighters out there,
Yeah.
standard fantasy stuff.
But,
are you
Tabletop
gonna
with
do?
Will Wheaton is one of those ones that are interesting.
Tabletop with Will Wheaton is a very, very good YouTube thing
Yeah.
because, it shows all kinds of amazing board games.
It's how I picked up my game.
Exactly. And they do it in such a fun and classy way. Sometimes not so classy, like the time they played Cards Against Humanity.
Well, any class
Yeah.
ever goes right out the window with that game.
Yes.
Actually, 2 games.
They actually released an uncensored version of that
How
YouTube
is
video.
it's already? How is? Yeah, I would figure it's already pretty uncensored. How do
You'd
you
think so, but
they played the tame version.
version they put on YouTube was tame. The version they put on YouTube with the 18 plus restriction on it was not. Because they had Aisha Tyler, and Aisha Tyler is phenomenal and super sailor mouthy.
I love it.
So is Will Wheaton, for that matter.
Well, anybody can get that way once
Oh yeah,
once
that game.
once the children leave the room.
Right. If I were to ever do an 18 plus video, it would be me playing Cards Against Humanity with like 20 people.
I would love that.
It would be amazing.
I demand you include me.
Of course.
No, I'd rather play the nice tame one, which is apples to apples.
But
But see, the thing is, you use your imagination anyway.
yes.
Not with all the genres of apples to apples there is.
Like a close cousin. I also love playing. I've never played any of the offshoots of Cards Against Humanity, but I love seeing how many there are.
So what they've started doing with that is they now have 3 different boxes: the green box, the red box, and the blue box, and that has all the expansions in it. And they're like an additional $20 each. So
No, I don't mean expansions. I mean offshoots, like the off-brand Cards Against Humanity. Like
I know what you mean.
say
now.
things like crabs adjust humidity,
Yes. I know.
stuff like that.
They look very interesting, but I don't know what to make of it. I just don't.
If I had the disposable income, I would buy every single one of these off-brand versions
And just
so
play
I
them?
could just so I could compare and contrast.
It'd be kind of like Flux.
Yeah.
Flux has all these different versions, but you can play them together because Flux literally has no rules. You make the rules as you go along.
So it's
know
like
that.
Calvin Ball, only a board game.
Pretty much.
Awesome.
It's like something of a deck building game, but not.
I know. My family has the Flux Holy Grail edition.
Yeah, Flux, Monty Python, the Holy Grail. It's phenomenal.
Like, the next best thing I would suggest that's also of the same brand
Of games,
genre of game where there's terrible cards that you play
Sure.
would be Super Fight.
Yeah, Super Fight.
Super Fight.
No. Fun Employment.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, what's that one?
You basically interviewing for a job and you got cards and you have to explain yourself.
Oh, that
yeah.
does sound fun.
How about Exploding Kittens? Have you ever played Exploding Kittens?
No,
It's amazing.
the thought of it makes me sad, but
It's comic. It's so comical.
nice.
My wife, who hates dead animals for good reason, because animals are cute and cuddly, but she loves this game. Exploding Kittens is just phenomenal. It's so great.
Nice.
And there's an expansion called Imploding Kittens.
Explanation.
Yes. It's late.
You're
We've
gonna
been talking for 2 hours.
You're gonna explain yourself?
I will explain myself. It's an expansion that adds Imploding Kittens,
Oh,
which
no.
includes a kitten that literally says, "You lose the game." Done.
That's just it.
It's just it.
Sounds like a
Nice.
lot like Killer Bunnies.
A little bit. But like, there's amazing board games that you can play in 5-10 minutes. One of my favorite is called Sushi Go. It's literally it's a virtual sushi conveyor belt that you're taking cards from, and you're trying to collect sets of things. And if you do so, you get points based on what you collect.
So it's like that mini game in Pokemon Stadium.
Yes. But like, all the cards have cute little like chibi sushi on it, and they've all got little cute faces on it.
Oh.
It's just adorable.
Oh, that's so sweet.
It's a great game. I've said phenomenal like 35 times. I can't even at this point.
I'm gonna actually keep a counter next time.
Please do, because
just because.
maybe I'll switch up my word next week. Maybe you won't know.
But the most game I like the fun game that I like to play is Pandemic.
Yeah.
The
Pandemic.
game that you have to play against the board.
Yep. Pandemic is one of those games that you just don't win.
Like,
There's only one way to win.
I've
It's called Claim Madagascar and Close Your Borders. Literally.
Okay. Like I've only ever played like one 5-minute board game with somebody at one point. It was called Love Letter.
That is a great game.
It is. It takes like less than 5 minutes.
It's phenomenal.
It's pretty great.
I'm done. Give me a table flip.
Well, I mean, you have one. It's just covered in silverware.
Yes. Well,
Very dangerous silverware.
Very expensive silverware.
and cutlery too. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for us tonight because, well, we have again been talking for 2 hours, and I don't know about you guys, but my
We're all
throat's a little
flummoxed.
scratchy,
And also, I'm still hungry.
and Scotty needs some food. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. This has been Talking Nerdy with your host DJ Frost and my lovely guests.
DJ Orange.
And DJ Sketty.
Thank you so much. Have a great night, and we look forward to talking to y'all next week. Have a great, fantastic, wonderful, phenomenal night.
Where's the tally?
This has been Talking Nerdy with your host DJ Frost and my lovely guests.